It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
We're waiting on the weather out there, and Jeff, of course, drives the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. Currently 6 in points. Had a lot of success here at Watkins, Glen, and in road course racing. He's got 4 wins here at the Glen. And Jeff, I know you like racing up here. What's your thoughts about this weekend?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. We've been working hard, getting prepared for this race. Did a test at Road Atlanta, which is a place that we started testing at last year to get prepared for Watkins Glen. And feel like we've got some things that we've made gains with. So anxious to get it out there on the track and see if we have. Had a great race going here last year with a disappointing finish when I wheel hopped and spun going into one. So certainly would love to get that opportunity back, and hopefully we can do that this weekend.
We'll take questions now for Jeff. Raise your hand, and we'll bring you a wireless. Start over here with Mark, and then we'll work our way along the front here and come here. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jeff. Mark Beach from Sports Illustrated. I was just wondering, the old car, you used to be able to modify it pretty significantly to get it ready for road course racing. The new car is in a much tighter box. Is it suited to road course racing like the old one was, or is it tougher?
Well, I mean, it's just pretty much it's as suited to road course racing as it is to ovals. It's just you have a lot less tools to work with. So you just go to work in other areas. One of the things that we definitely have had a challenge with this car is trying to get the car slowed down into the corner, which was always a challenge with the old car too, but just not quite as much as with this car, just because we don't have the drag and downforce that we could put into the old car. But you know what? All in all, I feel like the car. Last year, I felt like the car drove really good on the road courses. For some reason, this year at Sonoma, we were pretty far off. It just had so much less grip. It seemed like the pace was really down compared to the year before, which was a little odd. So we're anxious to see how that plays out here this weekend. I feel like this track is just much more suited for our types of cars because it's faster. There's not as much technical aspects of this track as say at Sonoma, so you can be a little bit more aggressive and you can get a little bit more out of the car. But I feel like the cars drove pretty good at the road courses. I think that we've probably had less issues at the road course other than the wheel hop. The biggest issues that we have is just trying to get the car slowed down into the braking zone, and with as much weight transfer in the high CG, we just really get a lot of weight on the front of the car. We don't have the downforce to really push the car down, and so the rear tires get very, very light, and so it's very easy to what we call wheel hop, where you just start losing traction in the rear, and the rear tires start skipping, and then ultimately you either go straight or spin out like I did last year. So those are the areas that we've been working on since last year, and yeah, it's a tight box, but those areas that we can work on, really, we're not that limited on brakes and just trying to figure out chassis, how to get it to down, get the grip that we need.
Question right here. Go ahead.
Jeff Champergano, Fox Sports Net. Wanted to talk to you about the importance of bonus points heading into the chase and what those mean once you finally get the top 12 locked in. I know you haven't won, obviously, this year. A lot has been made of that. Right. But you come to a place where you've won, 4 times here?
Well, obviously, as we get closer, they become more and more important. To me, I feel like we've got a team that's really capable of winning the championship in a heads-up battle against the other 11 guys that we're up against right now. Just because we're consistent, we're able to knock down top 5s, top 10s, and the pit stops, the communication, all those things are great. We're just not winning the races and coming out of all these races with the most points. But if you look over a wide range of races, especially the 10 races in in the chase. I feel like we're as good as anybody. But going into it with a 70 or a 40, point deficit, which is kind of where we're at right now, that's a lot of points to have to make up when you haven't been able to have the dominating wins like we had last year. Last year, we had the bonus points, but we also had the makeup of being able to make up a lot of points if we needed to. And so, a lot of things. This team, one of the things that's happening is we're gaining on things pretty rapidly over the last month and into the next month. I feel like that's going to continue, but we desperately need to get some bonus points. I mean, those are starting to become crucial as we get closer.
Question, David, and then we'll go Bob. Go ahead.
David Caravelle, NASCAR.com. Jeff, and now almost that same vein. I mean, if Kyle wins Sunday, he clinches that first spot in the chase. And I wonder, if he goes in with a 20 or a 30 or a 40-point lead, I mean, you played from a deficit last year. What kind of advantage is that going to be for him? What kind of disadvantage is it for the people chasing him?
Well, I mean, I feel like the bonus points that he has, this is how quick things can change, because right now I feel like that's the only advantage he has. They just haven't shown to me what were showing earlier in the season, and I mean, he won a race, four races ago, or 3 races ago. I mean, it hasn't been that long since he's won, but for some reason, I haven't seen the same type of performance out of them here recently. Like I would have thought the Brickyard and at Pocono that they would have really shined there, and they didn't. So I think they're showing some weakness right now. So right now the bonus points, are huge for them, and they're, in order to really go into that chase with confidence and feeling like they are the team to beat, they're going to have to get themselves into position to win a couple more races before that starts.